Yes, no
So,
phalanges today. Faces.
right? These phalanges, if you recognize them.
I can't even show my phalanges. You know,
Oh my,
we'll show her
mama.
because I
First of
need to
all,
do my nails.
that practice hand is out of control. Let me quickly send this to the gang, our term
Yeah,
squad.
Julio. So
Instagram.
we're so excited. Hey, Priya! Look at our faces.
Oh, you're so cute. Raven and Mama podcast. You did so amazing on the thumbnail,
Thank
Mama.
you, honey. I'm learning from you. I'm learning. I
Okay,
didn't get notified. Oh my gosh. I'm
I
so
did
sorry about
just see
that, honey.
something on mine though that said Mama went live. So maybe YouTube is being fast. It's only sending it to certain people.
Thank you. It's been hella pricky. Pricky. Picky, not pricky. Oh my gosh. Oh,
We about to be talking about a little pricky.
you know? Oh my gosh. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Priya, honey,
So
right back at you. There's a
you
mirror
two
and you
can
can see
just
yourself. You are stunning.
oh my
Pricky.
god.
Okay, see Priya? She's
We're at
I feel like it's going to start.
I know.
As soon as we have a few more of our sisters in the chat, we will
Yes,
start our
we
wonderful
will.
podcast.
We will. I am using the other phone so I can see the comments so we don't miss any questions because we want you to get involved. We are not doing nails. This is
Mm-hmm.
a podcast. And
And we also want to take like a little, we'll kind of, depending on how many people are in, we'll see what other topics you guys are interested in hearing about as well.
yes, this is Raven's reviews. Imagine. So it will be now Ravens and Mama's reviews.
Reviews, right?
We have a lot to say. I mean, from movies to the news to the royals to the celebs. I mean, what's up with
The
all these?
rich and famous,
What?
things that are applied to us, just
Exactly.
regular average
Exactly.
Janes.
Exactly. And you know, my sister over here, she rubs shoulders with like A-lists and all of that. If you
Oh,
didn't
stop.
know,
You
well,
rub
now
your
you
shoulders
know.
with them too, boo boo. Don't you remember what happened?
We can't. We can't, sister. Just one
Oh my
one at
God.
a time. You first.
Right? Just gentle. I just can't wait until my partner can work out how to bring more people in because I'm
Oh,
sure like Caesar would be down to do one of these one time and like we could have different
yes.
hosts, different people come in, guests rather.
Oh, you
Um,
saying Caesar? I'm so sorry. I love you, Caesar. I was talking about Todrick.
oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a whole other day that we got to do a story
Yeah, I
time
know.
of when like my partner and I met Todrick because that was a whole
A
experience.
whole event. Oh my gosh, epic.
Sorry, Mama. My partner just said, "Who's requesting that?"
Gosh. Yes, no,
Um,
that was something special, honestly. Absolutely.
it
You
truly
you
was.
just can't make stuff like that up. And if it gets to happen, it's just like,
Yeah,
yes.
right? I still
So
want to contact him and find out if I can use a few of his songs. I want to do like a whole video, like maybe do like a set inspired and then go through like the story time as well.
oh my gosh. Mama D. Hey honey.
Hi, Mama D. I hope you're having
Oh
the
my
best day
gosh.
today.
She said, sis, don't say Todrick. Something happened. Because your phone is recognizing something else. That's why.
Did
That's why.
something that changed it? What?
No, I think when she writes Todrick, something else comes up, like Todd's dick or something. I don't know.
Oh, well, we know
So
your autocorrect might be autocorrecting
sounds
to Petunia. So,
the computer recognizes the speech and it's your phone, so don't even try. We're over here doing a podcast with nowhere near your phone. So this is on you. Seriously. Look, there she goes. Your phone's typing. It said Petunia.
it's already
So I
starting.
don't
I swear
know.
she just writes P, and you don't want to know
I
the things that come up.
don't know. And then it comes up straight away. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's 4 beautiful people in here. The whole idea is
Yes,
if you snooze, you lose.
that part.
We're
So
gonna
we're just gonna
have
get into the
yeah,
nitty gritty of it.
yeah. Let's get into it. If anyone else joins, they join. I mean, this is the
Mhm.
first one. We already
That
know
part.
people are never on time, but guess what?
Yes.
We're on time. We're looking at it. Okay, so we're gonna rant for an hour, right, sister? We're 5
So
minutes
it's
in
the
already.
we only have 55 minutes remaining. So we better.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
a question that we had, we want to kind of put it to the audience. So, with the rise of reality TV showing different family dynamics, there's a lot of shows coming out about sister wives or brother husbands. And that is a completely different family dynamic where instead of an
Yeah.
open relationship where a partner can be with multiple partners and that goes for both, this is like almost like a patriarch or a matriarch, where either the husband has multiple wives or the wife has multiple husbands, but they grow a family together. And there's actually brother husbands. TLC is coming out with more shows, so don't think we're lying. But with
Wow.
that, you can have families that have up to 20 kids or
Mhm.
25 kids. But then you also hear these, what do we call them? Globetrotters. That is a
Yeah.
singular person
Seed spreaders. Seed
spreading
spreaders.
the
Oh,
seed
let's just
spreaders.
call them
Our
farmers.
question is, which family dynamic would you prefer? Would you be okay to be the baby mama that has an ex that might have 12 other children, like Nick Cannon? Or
Or
would
Eddie
you rather
Murphy
be,
with his 10
pardon, honey?
children. Or Eddie Murphy.
And I didn't know that about Eddie Murphy until you said that.
Well, yeah, because he almost sounded like the pot, calling the kettle black. It's the difference of 2 kids. I mean, literally, the day he threw shade to Nick Cannon, he could have literally conceived twins, and boom, there you go. You're going to have 12 kids just like him.
And his number
So,
just superseded. Oh
all
no.
right. But the thing is, obviously, Eddie Murphy's a bit older than Nick. Nick, he looks like he's going to keep going till the bottle's empty,
Hmm.
literally, till the
And I
well's
feel like
dry.
prior to Mariah Carey, did he have children before?
Well, that's my question, sis, because then it makes me wonder, did
Because
Mariah
it feels like they
really...
exploded after that
Yeah.
marriage.
Or maybe he wasn't paying child support for them. Just saying, I don't know. But
That could have been an
yeah,
issue with.
Mariah, so what would we call it? Stush. That's what we would call it. She's stushed, right?
Yes. Hmm. And
So
guess what? Do not be a celebrity popping out that many kids and be stush. No, now you got to open up that wallet.
no, but that's it. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to imagine her with different baby mamas. And I mean, I love Cardi, so no shade to Cardi, no one come for us. But that Cardi can deal with it. You can imagine she's the sort of person where she can have, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm talking, but my ex has kids, and basically I am one of 3 baby mamas. So
Yes.
literally, but I knew because I'm the last one that got recruited, basically.
The
But
recruitment. So that
if he
question
had
could be
10
posed to
kids,
you. With that
if he had
gentleman, would you want to be the third sister wife?
Oh, well, you see, this is the thing now where we're talking about, sis, because I think being a sister wife and having
Hmm.
a man or being with a man that's got 4 or 5 baby moms is
Hmm.
different.
Oh,
Because the
they're
thing is,
they're completely different.
yes,
They're
I can't
completely
do
different.
sister wives. I couldn't. I mean, if I was
Hmm.
doing sister wives, this is how it would go. I get the D,
Yep.
you do dishes, you
Yep.
work, and
Yep.
then we can all live. But don't
But
touch my
guess what?
thing. I
That is the
can't share.
dynamic. So there is. Oh, but they can't touch his thing.
Well, they can give him a massage and rub his foot, but no sexual intercourse, no kissing.
Okay, so
No,
that doesn't work. So if you are a sister wife, you can have all those things you just listed, but you gotta share the pee.
now that's the part for me when they talk about
Mhm.
having special time. Like, so here he goes off with Sandy. So what do I do? What, read a magazine?
So this is where I want to talk to you about the dynamics because I hate the word lifestyle. There's many different families out there, and I would never judge what works for one person might not work for somebody else. But
Definitely.
when I was watching this show, it kind of flipped a lot of things on its head. So it spoke about this one gentleman, his name is Nick, and he has two girlfriends that are now his sister wives. And those two women are actually married to each other. He,
Oh wow.
because he does not want a power dynamic among the wives, he does not marry them. So they just entered in a third person, which is his third wife. Now they just married her in as well. And
Wow.
so that was just kind of like a ceremony because they have to wait until he has a fourth wife for her to physically marry her on paper. And then the two will be two separate couples, but they're living as one family dynamic. The
Oh my
women
God.
bring in all of the money
Get
and he does
around
not work.
this. So this is a bit like the other link you sent me. He's like, around here, we believe that the women are the breadwinners. Like, but you're the only man. What do you mean, we?
That link, that's him.
Yeah.
That's Nick. The
Oh,
one
his
that
name's
shares
Nick.
the
Oh my gosh.
one bed for everyone.
You know, and I get it. The women, they make money. Now, this to me, there is a little power struggle here. This is what happens to women with power. And I mean, I love women. Don't come for me. I'm a woman, you know. But I'm saying, let's be real. Women in power generally don't go. We see it in the movies. You have to have a lot of self-restraint to maintain that control. Otherwise, it can go to your head. So,
of course,
when I heard them saying, "Yeah, between the two of us, we make money."
Yeah.
In fact, individually,
and this is where I
before
wish
even
we could
together.
have a little bubble here. I could show a blurb of the show because
Yeah.
you literally have the one woman and she basically takes her friend aside and she's like, I just got engaged. I'm going to be marrying him and I want to kind of talk to you about our dynamic. So I have two sister wives and the three of us are the only breadwinners. And the girl looked at her and she's like, are you in a cult? She's like, huh? But it's because it's something you don't hear about. You don't hear about that dynamic. Even with sister wives, it's the one man making money for all those women. You don't really hear about them working, even though sometimes they are. But this was completely reversed. And I thought that was interesting.
It's just like how you've said that. And then, like what I said to you. So now, if we just flip the script for 2 minutes and think about, African cultures or Muslim cultures.
Thank
now,
you.
This is not about bread win or bread not win.
No.
The woman is not as liberated as maybe even a sister wife.
Yes.
Or just,
a sister wife actually might have more freedom than, say, for instance, a young woman in Nigeria that might be the fourth wife.
Oh, yes.
Right?
I mean,
because there is levels. And that primary, that first wife, she pulls all of the purse strings, the everything. Then it trickles down to the other wives, right? And how many children you can bear. So if the primary is not bearing children and the secondaries, she kind of moves up.
Exactly.
She kind of starts moving up in importance.
And as I said to you, I had a friend who, her mom was one of 3 wives, but her mom was wife number 1, but she was such a humble woman. So now in this game, I think you can't not think. I don't think you can be tame. I don't think you can be, just really, and that's okay to do that. Yeah.
You got to be bold. You got to
Listen, you got to be like, the time's up. Like, can you hurry up? The time's up. Your one-to-one's over.
It's my turn. It's
Thank
Tuesday.
You. Thank you. I mean, and how hard is that? But as I said, for her, because she was so timid and everything, I think wife number 3 wanted to just take out all the competition. And yes. Now her mum died under suspicious circumstances, and it was years after her mum died that she actually got to see the death certificate. She was just told her mum had some kind of a stroke. And it was years after that she saw some death certificate. Yeah, and it was death by poisoning. But there were, the rumors, because this is the thing. It's like, it's going to happen.
So that's where jealousy might play, and maybe a wife doesn't feel as important. So now she felt like to take out the competition.
Well,
that's sad.
Being a first wife, it has clout. You have clout.
It does.
It carries weight, like you said. So even if she's actually not doing nothing, like, oh, she's not the fanciest. She's the first wife. And he always has to give respect to her
Yeah.
for being the first wife.
Yes, there
So
is bad props to the first wife.
thank
Heck
you.
yes, there is. That's
Yes.
why even in 90 Day, there's been this huge fight because this man Usman, he's Nigerian. He wants a second wife so he can bear children. His lady Kimberly, she's a little young. I mean, she's older, so she can't give birth.
Yeah.
So they want to get another one. And the woman in Nigeria, she's like, I'm Niger Queen. I will be the first wife. That little American lady can be number 2. If
Yeah,
you want me
and
to
she
bear
doesn't care.
children,
She doesn't care.
I'm number 1.
Trust me. And better believe if wife number 2 thinks that she's gonna get any special treatment, no. Wife number 1 will always be there to make sure.
Woman, honey.
Sure, baby. Oops. Cheers. The last little bit of wine. Last little bit. I did say this wasn't for kids.
So sorry, honey. Yes, this is definitely not. This is after hours. But I have another question to pose you. Because the same family that has the dynamic of the 3 wives and the husband where he doesn't work and they're the breadwinners, he actually has like a insatiable appetite. So how would you feel being a sister wife and knowing that you were intimate and then about 10 minutes later he was intimate with another wife in the same day? Would that be harder for you to deal with than have it happen on another day?
Like, see, for me, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not able to do it. So
Yes.
it makes me wonder what qualities or what do you have to be feeling
Mhm.
to want to do that? Because I think only people who can't be content. And I'm
Well, I
not
know
throwing
for him,
shade.
he
I
was
think
saying that like his original wife, which is the first wife, she said I couldn't handle it. He just wanted it too much. So she's
no,
like,
but
I
this is
prefer
what
it
I'm
this way.
saying. This is what well, of course he is, because has he got a job? No.
Oh
What's
my
he
god,
doing?
his job
He
is
just got sperm to burn. That's all. That's all he's got to burn. No energy. Did you see how he was sitting down and it's just like one hand here? You already know he doesn't do anything. That's a dream. That's a fantasy. People will kill to have that life. But it's just I don't know how to take it seriously because there's some who really just like this is our
But
culture.
it definitely takes like a special dynamic because I know with some of the women, they actually were not jealous. Like they said that they do struggle with jealousy here and there, but
Oh,
it's like
Scorpio.
they feel comfortable, I guess, everything is communicated and out in the open, and that they're all pooling together as a collective to have this family.
Yeah,
So even though I
for
couldn't,
that.
personally, I couldn't do it,
Why
but I think
can't
it's interesting.
we all be sister wives? But you've got your man, I've got my man, she's got her man, and she's got whoever she's got. But it's for me, there's something about the sharing. I mean, I think people have been trying for years to legalize cheating. I am so against
Well,
cheating.
that's the rise, right? So I find that maybe in the early 2000s, there was a lot of people stepping out on their relationships and their marriages.
Yeah,
And I find within the last few years, there's more an open dialogue about open relationships,
definitely.
polyamory, what those mean. So actually, like the severity of those individual relationships, like it's not just sex anymore. It's actually having full blown relationships with multiple people. So
No,
it's very
definitely.
interesting, like that shift.
It is. I mean, if I was to be selfish and say, well, this was just about me, I've got all the power, I'm
Yes.
doing what I want, then yeah,
You've got
I
your
could
2
have,
brother husbands.
yeah,
Because guess
I could
what?
have the guy that,
In that
scratches
dynamic,
his itch.
those men can't cheat on you. Only
So
you
well,
can
that's the
sleep
way
with
it's
those
gonna
2
have to
men.
work.
They
But
can't
I
sleep with
don't.
anybody else.
Okay, now I know 110% from when I was like single and mingling.
Yes.
One thing for me is that I'm just keeping it 100%. I don't cheat and I don't like cheaters.
Yes.
But if I met you and you said to me, look, this is how it's gonna be. I see other women,
Yeah.
and I would like maybe for us to have a little menage a trois or something.
Yes.
I don't know, but you've laid cards on the table, then it's my choice. And now that empowers
Honesty.
me.
And that's why
Thank
I will
you.
never shame any of these couples, because guess
Yeah.
what? They are all on the same playing field, on the same nothing's happening behind another person's back.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I don't know
anything I've heard.
to live like that. I just had this thought. So I have the two men, or
Yes. And they're feeding you grapes?
Well, the way it works is like I've got two men, but the second man is mine, like for my time. And say like my husband or my main man, when he goes to meet his chicas and all of that, the my time man comes in. Now he's the one who is like attentive, and he's already run the bath. Before my man's even got down the stairs, he's run the bath. There's music, sensual music and candle, and he's just coming with just these boxer shorts on that look like they're too tight. And he's just like,
do you hear this?
are you ready to have your bath, baby?
Oh,
And
with
maybe
a
he even
rose in
calls me
hand.
baby girl. And he looks at Shamar more.
A tipple of red wine.
I've had that tipple. And literally, so for the next 5 hours or 6 hours or till the next day, you see, for me, I'm not bored now. I don't feel like, what's going on? What, you're over there and then I'm just here, waiting for what? No, I can't. So it's either
what
going to have
you're
to be like that or
describing
nothing.
is actually an open relationship. It's getting hot in here. So what you're describing is actually an open relationship versus a sister wife. So that would be like your partner would be open to do other things, but while he's doing other things, you're doing other things.
Yes. And that now is bringing me to my other point. I don't know what happens to a human being when you get to have your cake and eat it too. I think that would finish me. I'm someone who is, I've like you, we have boundaries. We have, and I think these are the things that make us think, like
See, this
you're
is
in
where
a
I wish
loving
we could have a
relationship.
guest. Because one of my best friends, she has been in multiple thruples, polyamorous relationships. And I would love to be able to call her.
Yes, I would love to have her on because
she could speak about her perspective and what's okay and what's not okay. You know?
So, okay. So with the throuple, just quickly just go in there.
Yes.
It's already a couple that look for a third.
But sometimes it's not, and it just organically happens.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've heard of like,
wow.
I guess I have a lot of friends that have lived some lives. Because I know my one friend, she was talking to somebody, and then she was talking to somebody else, and then they organically met, and then they began having a throuple, but they weren't like, none of them were a solidified couple yet until kind of the three of them met, and then it was just like wildfire. Like,
no one wants to go home. Everybody wants to stay and have a big sleepover. I mean,
everyone wants to sleep in the same bed and be cooking some breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, I could probably do throuple because how my mind will be is we're having an open relationship. We just happen to live together. And I would never ever say that you're my man for too long, because when I turn, I'm like, that's my girl, and not for too long, and that's my man, not for too long, and that's my girl, or whatever the way it goes, But if you can already tell, I'm kind of like saying, I want tit for tat. I don't want to get left out. You can't be getting yours.
No, that's what we talk about. No leaving out. Everything is equal. So it's like, I even saw Nick do it. He kissed one wife, then he quickly kissed the other wife, then he kissed the third wife. He's like, okay, y'all had one kiss.
Wow.
It was real, like making sure that time, that nobody is getting, well, definitely one-on-one time, but nobody's getting more time than someone else.
Well, as you just said that, again, what we were talking about. So with that sister wife thing, that for me is the best scenario for a man who wants to have a lot of children with multiple women. Because guess what? Those 22 and a half children all live in the same house because all their mums are there. You're there. Now, obviously, putting the kids to bed for you is going to be taking you 3 hours. I mean, imagine starting bedtime at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because you've
That
got
part.
30
If
children to
daddy's
go
got to go
through.
to every single person,
Oh my
that's going
gosh.
to take some time.
Can you imagine? Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And
it,
even that, what you were saying, that dynamic is completely different than a throuple. Because in a throuple, like all three would be free to be with one another. Whereas
you
a
see,
sister wife situation, you cannot do anything with your sister. Like that is just, you just share a family. You can't have any intimacy. But in an
oh,
open relationship, you could, if that's something you talked about.
yes. And that makes sense because sometimes when I see those sister wives, there's always this look that they look at each other, and I've noticed it's never with love. It's just with, Knives Out, Murder Mystery
Plus, there's
Weekend.
3 wives. I'm like, why aren't you going over and cuddling up with wife number 2 when the other one's
Hey,
busy?
Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie. How
Hey,
are
how
you,
you
honey?
doing?
We
But
are
this is the
having a
thing.
very interesting podcast. We are just talking about different family dynamics, polyamory versus open relationships versus a single person that just wants to spread the love.
Look, like
And
you
we're just
said,
talking
Raven,
about different dynamics.
if Mariah knew Nick had, how many kids would he have had to have by the time? I mean, because
Hey, you want to
12
know what?
children,
May I use your
he's
phone for
been
one moment?
dropping one every freaking year.
I want to just quickly look up if he had any children prior to Mariah Carey.
I am telling you, Mariah is too stush for all of that. And if he did, it was a secret. And that secret came out when the child was 9 or something.
Yeah, I want to double check one
Because
second.
there are some women who cannot be with a man who's already had a child. For me, I'm not with my eldest son's dad. So I always knew when I got with someone else, that was obviously going to be baby father number 2.
Oh my
And
lord. Well, first my eyes just rose because it said Cannon has had 12 children with 6 women, including Mariah Carey and Brie Tisi. I don't know how to say that.
loads of beautiful women.
Okay, so the Wild and Out host became a father in 2011 with he and then wife Mariah Carey welcomed their twins, Moroccan and Monroe. That was his first babies. And then it
Okay. Something broke. Or do you reckon it was the kidney scare? Because he had a little scare,
he
health
did.
scare.
And
But
honestly,
it's
that he
still,
became very spiritual. He began wearing a head wrap and he
yes,
began
I
talking
remember.
very
I
differently
remember.
because he had his touch with mortality, right? And I
Yeah.
do wonder that that does change a person.
No, it does. And some people then feel like they need to leave an impact in this world. Like, okay, so when I die, I need to leave 29 seeds that will go on
Oh,
planting and planting.
sister, can I just read this to you?
Oh
Nick
God, there's someone
Cannon
else
has
present.
welcomed 12 children since 2011. Okay, so we're only talking in the span of like 11 years.
That's what I
Okay,
said. One every year.
Monroe, Moroccan, Golden, Powerful, Zion, Zillion, Zen, Legendary, Onyx, Rise, Beautiful, and Halo.
You know what it sounded like? And this is not me being mean. It sounded like we were about to play a game of Pictionary, and you've just given me a few words to make sentences about. No, nothing
Black
sounds.
and Blue, hi Erica.
Erica, what's up? Yeah, I
He
didn't hear
said,
anything that sounded like children's names. And I know
every
this
day
is
I wake up
2023.
excited as a father. He told People magazine in May 2022. I'm so excited about all of my kids. But the mothers have repeatedly, hi, boo boo. They've repeatedly said that they can't actually contact him, that they have to talk to like a publicist or someone on his team to get
Wow.
time for their kids.
Now, you see, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that because, again, as I said, this is just a ghetto way. It's a ghetto way. Realistically, you're never going to be able to spend equal time with those
Quality time.
children. How do you split yourself? I mean, because if he has, like, I don't know, a time machine or the time stone, that's the only way. He's going to have to rewind times 11 times a day. Like, could you imagine? You go
And
to
I'm just
Monroe
thinking that
and the
all
Queen.
these names make a damn sentence with the beautiful halo with Zion and the Zillion.
Yeah,
That's intense.
yeah. And, you know, it then tells you a little bit as well, maybe about maybe the mum. And these women, as I said, they're all beautiful women. Now, by all means, by no
Gorgeous.
means, they are
Uh-huh.
strong women.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know. How is he getting them? I mean, I just
I
hope he
I
hasn't got
feel,
some gifted.
to be honest, even with his like smash count, I feel like he is a joy to be around. So he might have
Yes.
you laughing, kind of have your guard down. Not saying he's being like predatory, but I think
Mm.
the way he is, how jovial and kind, I think that being around that might be infectious. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are drawn to his personality.
And again,
And
nothing wrong with that. Let's not forget the C, the condom.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're doing
And
this
also the
like
C for
unprotected.
consent. All of these women entered to these relationships, right?
But
So
they're going
they
to.
obviously were aware of how many
Okay,
children he's
so
had.
another
But
question. If it was just, you know, Delroy from
mm,
down the road, Delroy
yeah,
that's not a celebrity,
yeah,
Delroy who's one of his baby moms isn't Mariah Carey, would
hmm
you be happy to be having kids with this man and be baby mama number 4?
Now that's a
Um,
very interesting thing. I think his celebrity does add weight to those relationships. Not saying that
mm,
those are gold diggers at all, but I definitely think that excitement of being with a
yes,
celebrity plays into,
yeah,
because if
so
that was
a
some
lot of them.
average Joe on the street that just said, "Hey, I just had my 12th baby," you'd be like, "Okay, enjoy over there."
Exactly,
Like,
exactly. You know, this is what I mean. No one is going to do it, but these women, as I said, you know,
yeah.
some of them are models, some of them, you know, they have acting, you know, they're actresses and stuff like that, so they make money, but they
Yes.
don't see this as ghetto. You know, they
Mhm.
actually don't. And then people talk
Yep.
about Offset and his how many other kids, and it's always so cute when they go out and they get all the kids, but you see, Cardi's not playing with nobody. You
Oh,
don't see
Cardi
the other
doesn't
moms
play.
there.
Cardi does not play. She has not. She was not born with
Mm,
bone in her body to play. She just
exactly,
gets shit done.
exactly,
Like, don't mess with Cardi.
exactly. No, but this is it. This is what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, for me, even that Eddie Murphy, I still can't believe that one of the Spice Girls is one of his baby mums. But he,
Excuse, which Spice Girl?
Mel B, Scary Spice.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I'm
Okay, not gonna
serious.
lie, I definitely
Their
had a
daughter's
crush.
beautiful. She's
I
beautiful
definitely
hair.
had a crush on Scary Spice.
No,
Mel B
honestly,
is gorgeous.
I don't even know when they started dating to when this happened and when that happened.
Yep.
But again, she was like baby mama number, God knows what, but she wasn't one. At the time that
But
she
one
had,
thing, I feel like Nick Cannon's been pretty straightforward, but I've heard that multiple partners from Eddie Murphy have said that he has lied to them or cheated.
yeah, yes, he's a real
And
boomerang.
that's not okay. Because for me, what's looked like so far is that Nick Cannon has also had babies with people that he hasn't, like, they're not official. They're just,
No, but sis, he's got babies with someone. He's gone back. So say like I don't know, 2002, for instance. No, let's say
yep,
2012. He had kids with Keisha. He
yes.
went back in 2014 and had another kid with her. So he's still actively sleeping with these women. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to
Oh
say
my
it
God,
this
where's my
way, but
phone?
like
Because
he's got like a harem. What's going on?
well, I don't know. Maybe the dialysis that he undergone, maybe that gave him extra powers. Maybe it was the booty key. What was that movie we watched? Freaking
Oh my
Shell,
god! Oh my god!
you know?
Is
So
it
maybe
the Bugatti?
the Booker T, yeah. Or he could just be using Viagra as vitamins. All I know
Mm-hmm.
is it can't just be about the putting down, because if it was just about the sex, they would wear a
Mm-hmm.
condom. But it's child support. And I mean, I know like in America, it's different to the UK. 12 kids don't mean nothing. Men out here
That
with 12
also
kids
is a
don't
question.
look after them.
I understand having like a legacy, but wouldn't, if you are a celebrity, wouldn't you be more cautious of who you don't wrap it up with?
But he doesn't care. He's leaving, it's like leaving a bit of you all around the world. And some people look at it like that because some men just believe that they're here to procreate. Yeah, I get it. But what is wrong? Because don't play. Some women can have 16, 17 children, one woman.
Yes.
We are like, we're strong enough. You haven't
Yes.
even tested it out with one woman. Then
No,
you
it's
go on
true.
the street with someone else, and it's just like, now it sounds like a joke because he's not doing anything to get all those kids in one house.
Well, sister, I didn't even want to bring this into the conversation, but there was actually a sperm doctor that used his own sperm and fathered over 100 children.
Oh my gosh, I read that. I read it.
And
I read it.
the messed up thing is they made a television series about it. And
Yes, I
this young
watched it.
woman, she brought forward like all of her siblings to get together, right?
Yes.
But the night before she got together with everyone, she met a guy at a bar and she slept with him. And it turned out that it was her half brother.
Yes.
So this is where I say, like, no problem. If you want to be having consensual whatever, do that. But you should also be open and honest with those kids so they know who their family is. Because that's
Yeah.
not okay.
Well, as I said, I am baby mother number 3. So I'm the nice one, basically. I'm the one that allowed all the kids to come to me. My kids that I had with my ex could not go to their houses. So,
Yep.
I mean, not that I would let it happen anyway. So I did the Christmases, I'll do the birthdays and all that
Yes.
stuff, you know. But it was crazy because it was the one place where they were all brothers. So
Yes.
between me and him, we had 5 kids. But those 5 kids, as far as they're concerned, they were all connected. You're
Yes.
my brother, you're my brother, you're my brother. So it was simple. We
And
just
that
said
would be like what we call like a blended family.
that. But I'll tell you what happens though. That's just for Christmas. That's just for the weekend. Then the other 2 go home. And then I've got my son with a different relationship. But he was older anyway, so he wasn't really technically in that bracket. But then there's the 2 that I had with him that lived here. So I saw
sis.
firsthand that there is a difference between,
Is this
you
what we
know,
were talking about with like the
yeah,
ghetto twins, where you would
the
feel
ghetto
like, oh,
twins.
well,
Oh my gosh.
that person gets to live with my father and have this amazing, and I'm only a weekend child. I only get a little bit of love.
No, that's all you're getting. You're not getting all the stuff like the school plays and dropping to school because you can't do it all. And
Yeah.
as I said, at 3:55, you have a 4. Daddy's not there because he's not picking you up till 6. It's as simple as that. But he is at home with the other kids at 3:55, you know, and then they're excited. Oh, you're gonna go and get my brother and sister, and they still come back to this house where you have your family. So I had to make those kids comfortable. So even when they would come around, you know, my eldest, we would just always make sure that literally everybody is
Mama,
blended. But
that shows your character though, because kids
Mhm.
should never be a tool in between that. There
No,
isn't.
definitely.
So, you
Definitely.
know,
No, definitely 100%. So like I said, I don't know how they do it. It just sounds like a joke. And when he says it, and right now it's like it's all cool. Okay, yeah, your mum's Mariah, but when they all grow up, how many of them are going to have relationships? But I can guarantee what's going to happen is this one's going to be different with that one because you grew up with dad and I didn't. It doesn't
and
matter
that's
if you call
also
it that.
where resentments can
No.
come up and stuff like that, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, put anything out there or trigger anybody, but we have heard and you know, there's stories and that we watch movies and you see people kidnap, you know, their siblings because it's like, I don't even know which is worst. The one where, you know, you gave up a child for adoption and then, you know, 20 years later, you got your life together, you got married, and then you started having another family, you know, but that child's already still out there. And then now you're going to say, oh, yeah, that was then when I didn't have my stuff together, but now I do. Again, I'm not throwing shade. I can't speak because I've not had that experience, you know, but it's still for me, it's the person, it's the kids that grew up to be, you know, adults that are left in it. So it's all right for Nick. It's like, yeah, I got 12 kids. And, you know, for a man, it's like,
Because
that's
he
another
just
knock
said,
on my
oh, I wake
bedpost.
up excited about my kids. But do you call them?
No, but
Do you
were
do
you
all
there when
these
they had
things?
colic? You weren't there when they had colic. You were not there for the diarrhea. Basically, you were at the end of the phone and you're like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to send my personal doctor over there to you. Don't worry, baby. No, you know I love you. I'm going to
And
bring
I'm
you something
sorry, but
special,
that's
okay?
what makes you a dad. You staying
Yeah.
up with the colic, you doing all of those things.
Yeah.
You can't just get an instant baby. So you don't
Mm,
do any of the work, but you just give some money. And
yeah.
then, oh, there's a shiny, happy 8 year
Yeah.
old. Well, what about all
Yeah.
of those years that brought that child to be what they are today? And if you
No,
want to
but
be
this
a
is it.
father, then you need to make sure that you're there for all of those steps and those milestones. And.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, that's it. The difference between a father and a dad. And in the end, sometimes you can have a total stranger who doesn't even share the same bloodline as you, capable of loving you more than even the person who shares the same blood as you. To
Yeah,
me,
and I
I'm
can say
sorry. I find it selfish.
firsthand, is technically a stepfather, but I don't view him that way. I view him
Yeah,
as my
no.
blood. But when he
Mm,
came into our lives, I was like about 6 years old. So that could have been a really hard transition. But it was to the point by the time he visited from London to where we were in Toronto, and that second visit, I was jumping in his lap. I was like, Dad, what are we going to do today? And it was so organic. Like he always said, call me Michael.
yeah,
Don't. He was
you
always
don't have to
open.
say
But
that.
when that hit, after that, that was baby
Yeah,
girl, you're my princess, and ain't nobody taking my daughter away. You know what I mean? And it was so
would you?
organic,
Yeah,
that
no,
part. So
but
if you
that's it.
are going to be a step parent, be
Mm,
be a parent.
that's it.
But if you're not,
My dad
that's
always
such
said that.
a it's like
Mm,
gold, right? So you need to honor that relationship, and if you can't physically do that, then don't take that child on as
no,
yours,
definitely.
because
I mean,
that's
to have it
another
thrown
mess.
back, trust me. And I will say it. I'm here with friends and family. I trust you all. And, my partner I've just split up with, like literally, you might as well say he's switched off from my
Sure.
eldest. And the God's honest truth is, from the very beginning, I never felt like you said there was anything organic. It wasn't. My eldest never tried to call him dad, ever.
Hmm.
It never ever slipped. And it was just always apparent. There was always that thing like, okay, so, like we'll go out. And this was the perfect example. We'll be out and he'll see someone he hasn't seen since he was in school. Oh, what are you saying? Like, oh, yeah, 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 you're right. So what's good now, man? How many kids you got? He'll be like, 4. But we got 5. Do you know how many times I heard, and it just got to the point where it would be an argument. And then, obviously, how do you forget you got 5 kids? It never just came out of his mouth. But for me, I never had to be a stepmom to those kids because they had their mum. So I was just literally the filler. When they come to stay with their dads, which is with me, I make sure I'm doing the things that mums will do. Make sure,
Yes,
you guys are eating, if you've got medication to take, if you've got homework, wash your clothes and all
of
of that good stuff.
course.
But yeah, he switched off. And I mean, like now, the relationship's ended. It did get a bit nasty because what do you know? Sons, fighting for mummy.
That
And
part, because guess what? He's gonna go back to that place and say, "My mom did
yes,
everything for me,
yes.
so you're
Oh
not
my
gonna
God,
do anything to hurt her." Or, I'm a
that part.
man now.
Oh, I can't even stop him. And he said that to me, Mom, do not think you can hold me back. There's nothing you can say
You
to
can
me
do.
to
Yep.
stop me. And like I said, this guy, he's blocked him. And the way he was
No,
talking, he,
he
he
didn't
was
block
even saying he
him.
would send people to beat him up. And I was just like, wait, 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 wait. It's not your son anymore now. It's not your son anymore. Is it like it's just
You must have
exactly,
that way. Like, even if you don't
exactly.
want to claim.
And he's just like, oh, but did you hear what he said to me? I said, okay, let me ask you, if it was this your son, I don't want to mention their names, you know what I mean? If it was your
No,
biological son, that, because we all know we throw our toys out the pram, we've said things to our parents that are rude
of
because we're
course.
pissed or whatever. But I'm saying to him, what if your kids say to you, what would you do? Do you just disown them like that? Come on, man. You acting
And
like my
no,
son
you
was
don't.
like, if he was a gang member, affiliated, walks with a gun, lives that
Yes.
life, then yeah, if he threw threats, you definitely need to be worried. But he has so much going for him that he's just pissed off. He was just so upset.
And
And
I'm sorry,
like
that
I
is
said,
such a child thing to say. Oh, I'm going to get people to beat you up.
he says
Really?
that people his age. I was like, wait, so
Yeah.
you would send people, even the fact that you can say that. And I was just like, wow,
hmm
not daddy no more. No. But he's
Right?
telling me, I said, no, you've punched your own dad in his face and broke his teeth
Yes.
because he called your mum a bitch.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me you don't understand how my son's fighting for me? Come on, man.
It's like,
So,
isn't it evident? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
it's
even from the
definitely
relationships
evident.
that you know that me and my eldest have,
Mm, yeah. So it
right?
brings me to my point. Mike, your daddy, he has a heart big enough, open enough. And that's why he's able to love you. And I'm not saying for any other reason
No,
because it takes a
no,
special
no.
person. It
It's
really
true
does.
because not
Not
everybody can
everybody
do
can do
that
it.
and
Yeah.
truly treat them like he treats me like his blood. You know what I
Like I
mean? He
said, if
never
you
makes
never
me
told
feel
me,
away.
I wouldn't have
And I
known.
know that if him and my mom split up, that is still my father. I can
It
still
doesn't
call
matter.
him.
Yeah.
He would
Mm.
still call me every day. He wants to know how I am.
It does.
And
It does.
that's how it should be, you
It
know?
does.
Don't
It does.
be a step parent if you're going to be a step parent. Make
Yeah.
it as
I
though,
mean,
you know,
you, I mean, how many years are we saying that, daddy's been in your life?
so about like over 20 years, like 20,
Um,
maybe 26, 27 years.
oh my gosh, that's literally making my eyes just water because that's real. That's
Yeah.
real. And I
And through
mean,
everything, all the ups and downs, he's always been there. And I know if him and my mom, something crazy happened and it didn't work out, he would still be right there.
you
And
see,
that's why
that's
I say,
fantastic,
like,
girl.
don't be a step parent if you're going to act like a step parent. That
Just
might sound weird, but I mean, there shouldn't be a difference in how you treat
no,
those children,
no, they
right?
shouldn't.
Because, like,
Not
if
at
I
all.
feel like, oh, that person's getting special attention and I'm being thrown to the wayside, that's going to that's going to give me a complex.
Oh yeah, most definitely. My son always felt like it was a different, there was a difference. He always felt that he felt like he got treated differently. And if I have to be honest, there were times when it was just like, yeah, I could see that slight difference. And as I said, it was something as simple as just saying, "I've got 5 kids,"
Mhm.
you know, because
Because if
when
he
you
had
have
have said that, your eldest would have looked up and been like,
exactly every time he opened his
I'm
mouth,
included,
yeah,
right? And when you can't include, resentment
exactly.
forms. Because
No,
now
you
I'm
can't.
upset
You
and I
can't.
feel segregated
Yeah,
and I'm not a part
exactly.
of the family. And
Exactly.
so
And
now
like
I'm
you
going to
said,
be angry and I'm going to
exactly.
lash out. And then you're
Exactly.
going to be upset. And it's just like a recipe.
Hey, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia,
Yeah,
honey.
definitely. It was the same thing because he was cutting Stefan's hair since Stefan was 7. And, I was with him for like 14 years officially, 18 years unofficially.
Yes.
So, I mean, my eldest is 28 next month. That's his whole life. That's his whole life. And he threw him away. And I imagine his own dad is not in his life. As I said, Stefan never knew his dad. He first ever
Oh,
spoke to his dad the day before my dad died in
that's already just got me
2019.
because that's like
Honestly.
the same amount of years
So
that I've had the
exactly
relationship
to
with
know
my father.
that, he
So
just
that's
threw it
crazy.
away. I watched him throw it away. And he doesn't even get, because he's saying I threatened him. I just told him, I said, I'm telling you, I will finish you. You don't
Mhm.
know. If you think you know the wrath of a woman, you play with me.
Oh, you haven't seen nothing
Said, you play with me.
yet.
I am that boy's
touch my
mum and
kid.
dad. Yeah.
Touch my kid and find out what happens.
Exactly. I said his dad went on to have other kids. He told me every lie. He even went as far as telling me a scientist told him he couldn't have kids when he was 17. And then imagine nearly 20 years later, he's trying to tell me, oh, the scientist was wrong. What do I look like? Daft cunt or mug written across my forehead?
Thank you.
Exactly. So after all of that said and done, this guy reached out of the blue. And when he went to meet him, he sat across the table from him. He had nothing to say. You
Oh,
understand?
so That's the
Nothing.
sperm donor bullshit, which I
Sperm
also know
donor.
about because that
But
person
girl,
came back into my life last year, and
oh
that was a very
yes.
shocking, weird
And look how
experience because
quickly
I'm
we
like,
all
but I
forgot
have a
about
dad,
him.
so this feels weird, you know?
Yes,
Like,
but you got your dad. You got your papa.
I'm like, I
You got
got
your
my
daddy.
dad. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this?
He can't
I'm
compete.
scared.
He can't compete. I said the guy didn't say anything. Nothing. So when the Monday turned up and my dad passed away, I was like, wow, that guy never made contact again. But I tell you what, he thought I spent the last 20 odd years bitching him off, cussing him, putting him down. Because you see, if I'd done that, then I would have made this guy to be this guy, you know, Stefan would have probably been like, oh my God, oh my God. But I didn't do that. I never said nothing about him. I didn't beg him for
But guess
nothing.
what? You never. Because this is the thing, right? You
Mhm.
let them shoot their own foot off. There's
He
no
did.
point in you ever speaking ill. You know what I mean? Because if
Exactly.
they can have a good relationship, and if
Thank
not, then it's
you.
just going to show that,
Thank you.
mommy doesn't have to say anything. You're going to see.
Nothing. Yeah, and he said it to him. He goes, "Oh, you know, I bet your mum." And he actually tried to put me down at some point. And you know, Steph said he said to him like, "My mum, I never grew up with my mum saying anything about you. I don't know nothing about you.
Exactly.
I just
Because
found
they'll
out
try
your
to
name
say,
the other day.
oh,
I wouldn't even
I
tell him
know
his
your
name.
mom has talked shit
Yeah,
about me. It's like, actually, she hasn't.
exactly. Yeah. I waited till he was gone 18. He was about 20.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was older than that. It's about 24 when I gave him the name because this man told me he didn't want nothing to do with him. It couldn't be his. I refuse. And I will tell you straight up
Exactly.
and down, yeah, he made someone else take the DNA test. So when that DNA test was done, it came back, it was negative. I still raised my son because I already knew. I'm saying to myself, whatever the case, I know. And then 20, how many years later now, this guy's saying the scientist was wrong. Oh, and the lab was wrong as well. What he didn't
Yeah,
realize is that
which lab did you take it to? The fake Maury doctors?
exactly,
Which one? Because
exactly.
don't come for me.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me. So I don't know. I think some men they do, and you know the stupidest thing about it is I remember he's saying something to me. You know the stupid things men say to you. Well, boys,
Mm-hmm.
because he was a boy. He's like, "Oh, I only want to have one baby mother. I only want to have one mother of all my children. I don't want to have two. I don't want to have three." So basically, I got pregnant at 17, and I guess
Yep.
I spoiled his plan. When I said this guy Claire went to Barbados for 2 years to hide, so he didn't want nothing to do. But then you want to go on and have kids?
No, he did not go to
Oh
Barbados
hell
to
yeah, he
hide.
did. He disappeared. He fell off the planet.
Oh
You
no.
know,
That
like
doesn't
you gotta
change.
remember this is the
That doesn't change
nineties.
the fact that I'm pregnant though.
Trust me, this is the 90s. I'm jumping in my friend's car and we're going to where he lives. You
Thank
understand?
you.
And I'm out there trying
Thank
to
you.
buzz. And then his mom's telling me about he's in Barbados. I was like, excuse me. And his
Do
mom's
we
talking
want to
about, oh,
start
she don't
singing
know
the
anything
I
about no
bust the
baby.
windows out? What? What are
Exactly.
you doing?
Don't know nothing about no baby or whatever. And then when she actually met him, she's like, oh my God, this is my son. This is my son. Oh my goodness, look at his fingers. Look at his hair. He's got a peak. I was just like, well, talk to your son. And we did this for so many years. Like, it is
No,
crazy. And this is
that
why I'm
is
saying that
so
it doesn't
wrong.
even matter. He's got kids. He's living his life with them. And he gave Stefan nothing. So
And so,
for
see, when
me,
like we're having this debate, so
yeah,
many women might look down at that husband that has four wives. But if they're all consenting to that and he's actually being in all of those kids' lives, that's far better than an absent father that is
yeah,
just going to stick wherever he wants and dip. Like,
yeah,
that's zero responsibility.
definitely. It's always the dads talking crap. I'm telling you, I don't even get it. I just didn't say nothing about him because at the end of the day, it didn't make sense. And so I
Mm-mm.
realize now that, you know what? That actually empowered my son because
It
when he
did.
sat at the other end of the table with this man couldn't say nothing to him. He didn't want anything. He didn't need nothing. And he didn't even phone me after that. Imagine. He could not even phone and said, oh my gosh, you did a good job. Like, you raised a fabulous man or whatever. I mean, I'm not sitting there tooting my horn, but you
No,
know the
but you
statistics of
have.
single
And you would
parent.
think
Yeah,
after all that time, thank you, because
yeah,
clearly he wasn't giving you child support. He
hey,
wasn't doing all of those things to be a
nothing.
father. You know what I mean? To even be a co parent.
Absolutely. Exactly. Absolutely nothing. And I did what I had to do for my son, just like I'm going to do what I have to do for the other two kids that I have. But definitely now I'm a woman with 3 children,
Yes.
2 baby dads. So I don't know. Am I going to be
Right? Because
marketable?
this
Is
is the
anybody going to want
question.
me? Oh my
This
God.
is the question, right? This
Oh
is
my
what
God.
brought us here today.
Well, I don't mind. I'm ready to blend. Bring your family with mine. Let's blend. But we have to
That
live in the
part.
same house.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. So I'm gonna be open to that, sister. Like literally, I am. I'm gonna be open to that. Yes, Erica. Honestly, I see you. I love the happiness that you have found, just
Yes,
like, your
Erica.
friend
Congratulations on your engagement. And we just wish you
again.
guys like a lifetime of happiness together,
They're
honey.
like the real deal. Honestly, I watch your story and I'm just like, and in fact, my ex who I just broke up with, he used to watch me watch you and just like, oh, I
Yes.
was like, yeah, that's my shiro. What?
Right?
He
Exactly.
doesn't even understand. Just he can't contemplate that kind of love. Like, please sit down. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying to you, but definitely that's what I'm looking for. This is my grow up. You see, I'm starting 2023 with red hair. I got myself some new glasses. I'm gonna get a boob job. No, I'm joking.
New glasses. Who just, hey, I'm going to send you a link for a bra that is so good that it will look like you got a boob job.
Girl, I think I've seen it. Is it like a silicone thing?
It's a
Like a silicone?
special one that like gives you like
Send
the
it.
perfect boobs.
Send it, please. Send it because I'm about to listen. I need this. Honestly, this is my glow up here. I'm not playing.
It is.
I'm,
It is
yeah,
your
I'm gonna do the
this
course.
year is your I already said last year, you set so much foundation. You finally put
Mm,
yourself first. You found all of these passions that you didn't even know were within inside you. You also had some of the hardest moments of your life, and that has literally created the foundation for your
Where we are.
blessings in 2023.
That's it. But yeah, no, definitely we've done that, and I think we've answered the question.
We did
I know you don't need a sister wife because you have a beautiful wife, and you guys are
that
content.
part.
And you got your fur baby, and you're looking to expand your family, but with little people, not grown
Yes.
ass people who
So
want to
we're
sleep
going to be
in
expanding
between.
our family, but not with monster wives,
Yeah,
with babies.
yes, definitely.
That's what we want to do. But anybody that does have sister wives or brother husbands, we're not shaming you. We just wanted to really have a conversation. Right? The red hair is sexy, right?
Thank you.
Um,
yes.
but yeah,
Oh, who's
we're not
engaged?
here. We're
I'm
never
not
here to
engaged.
shame
It's Raven.
or anything. Pardon, honey?
Raven's the one who got engaged. I think Erica said congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
This is my engagement ring, but we've been engaged for time. It's just because we're trying to do it proper. Get the house, do the
yes.
marriage, have the baby. We're trying to
Oh
cross
God.
off all of
All of
those.
it. All of it. All of it. But yeah, honestly, we just can't do that. I'm a content person. I'm a one
Yes.
man girl,
Yes.
and I would love to say maybe on a naughty weekend we can do a lifestyle weekend.
Yeah. And so that's a whole
That
nother
ain't fair.
conversation because, you know, lifestyle parties versus open relationships versus sister wives and brothers, they're all different and they all have
Full
different rules.
time.
Just like
Yeah, I don't think I want to do it full time.
honey.
I wouldn't want to do it full time, like
Mhm.
full time sharing. I can't share anyway.
Well,
I'm a Scorpio. It's
sister,
not possible.
we only have 2 more minutes left. But what I wanted, gentle Jesse, what I wanted to mention was with
Yeah.
that, the sister wives and stuff like that, it does get very interesting because there was one woman that said that another woman had to go on a special diet so that their pHs matched, so that when they're sleeping with the
But
same
oh my
man, they're
God,
not
this is
giving each other
me.
yeast infections. And that
Oh, I'm
just
so done.
blew, I was like, these are things I'm not even thinking about.
I'm so done. Thank you, sweetheart. Listen, we can't do that. I mean, okay, I get it. Our menstrual cycle might merge because we sync as
Yes.
women when we're around other women,
Oh,
but that's about it.
that part. I swear to goodness, the sisters have already sank in all the ways.
Honestly, I
You
don't
know,
even have to be on. I just feel the pain for
you
y'all.
feel the cramps, and you're like, "Are you coming on?" Because I'm
I
feeling
know.
cramps, and I'm like,
Honestly. But yeah,
"Oh my
this was
gosh,
absolutely amazing. I had the
today
best
was
time.
everything." And what's a
What's a
sister wife?
sister wife? Go
Oh,
ahead,
I wish
Raven.
you were here earlier. We went into the whole thing, but
You need to tell
basically,
her.
sister wives are, you know, they'll be married to the same man, but they don't with the wives. And they usually share a household. They can all live together. Sometimes they all sleep in the same bed. We were talking about the whole thing and
Legal
different
orgy.
couples that.
Well,
Pardon,
not a
honey?
legal orgy, but a
Well, see,
never-ending orgy.
this is where the thing is that in a relationship, like a throuple, they could have an orgy. But sister wives don't do that. They
Oh
sleep
yeah.
on separate days and they can't sleep with each other. That's why I said there's
This is
rules.
different. I know. So this is my ruling. No, I cannot be a sister wife. That's it. Sorry. It's asking too much of me. There you go, sister. We cannot be sister wives. No. Yes. I mean, that's fine. Everyone to their own. But I want my special somebody, and I don't want to share him or her.
I
And I'm
had to
saying her
rewatch.
because it's 2023. I don't know. I am literally telling myself love is love. And
Yep.
I don't even want to sound like a cliche, but I felt like I had to say that because my son, it was the one that said it to me. He's like, you never know. I'm like, what? He goes, Mom, you just never know. And I'm like, you know what? You never know. Because
And honestly, it is true because you could end up meeting two people and you could end up in a throuple next, 2 months from
yeah,
now.
I'll
And
be
all of a
coming
sudden
to you for advice. I'll be like, sister,
you're like,
I'm
oh
not a
no,
sister
I
wife.
met a wonderful woman and a wonderful man and now we're all dating. Oh no.
Yes, but I am one of three,
Right?
you know,
But like
like
that's
literally.
why we really love education and all sorts of stuff, but we'll never
She says
we'll
I
never
have to be
shame
what?
anybody. No
Yeah,
kink shaming. It's what works for one
no,
person might not work for another, but that's not a bad
definitely,
thing.
definitely. But for me, I want to see the happy ending. I need to Google. Um, I don't know how long people have been doing this for, but I want to
Well,
see a
this is the
family
thing.
that has thrived.
I think Cody Brown, there's 12 or 13 seasons of Sister Wives. He
What?
spent 10 of those seasons in a happy marriage, basically. And then now, the last 2 years, those rules suck, right? That's why we're talking about different relationship dynamics and ones that
Yeah,
are more open and ones that are more strict.
yeah.
But now, Cody lost, I think it's
Oh, yes.
three
You
out of the
see?
four wives
Wow. That's a
because Mary's
landslide.
left him, Janelle's left him, and
Oh, oh
Christine's
my
left
God.
him. So now he only has Robin. And Robin was the last wife and who they say he's been favoring. So,
Wow. You see? So he's gone from having sister wives to one wife, and that one woman will probably cheat on him.
and
Just saying.
sister, it got even worse during COVID because you're not supposed to mix multiple families. And
Oh,
even though they're
yes.
one family, they were living in separate houses. So then he couldn't visit some of his children. And so some
Jesus.
kids on their birthdays were feeling like they were being neglected, where he was spending time with other
Oh
kids.
my gosh.
It got,
It's for people like him why they invented the bubble, literally.
or
Bring
they
bring them
invented
into
what?
the bubble. Yeah, because they needed the bubble.
The
Like, come into
bubble.
my bubble. Yeah.
And
That's
then
really horrible.
the
And
one
again,
family that was keeping all the rules, they brought Nanny in, and Nanny Zanny, that's not really her name, but Nanny came in with COVID and done got a section of them sick. So,
oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you, like I said, I'm all for the scenario that goes in the favor of the kids.
yes,
So this set of three children don't wonder about those set of two and that one.
yes.
And in fact, we have talked about all of the scenarios, but there's one that we forgot. You've got the 12 kids, but one of those baby moms has only got one child.
Well, that's
So,
what I was saying. I kind of mentioned
um,
it with the Nigerian um, sister wives, where
oh,
if one
okay.
is fathering or sorry, birthing, mothering more kids, she could even rise above the primary because now she has five
Oh, she's
kids.
got more.
Primary's got zero. She done elevated her position.
Wow, sis. This was absolutely amazing. I mean, I didn't even know about Sister Wives. Well, I did, but I didn't really understand it. So thank you for that. Because just in case I meet a new guy and he said, "How would you like to be sister wife number 3?" I'd be like, "Look, I'm already baby mother number 3.
Right?
I'm
You're
trying
like,
to be
listen,
number
I
1."
am only okay with the open relationship where we all have fun.
Yeah, yeah. Because Trino, when you go out, I'm calling Tyrone.
That
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
Colin
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Yeah. When you go, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not getting left out. I'm not with it.
Right?
But yeah,
That part.
it,
Okay, so we're
it
gonna
is
have
that.
to do some polls to find out next week what our new topics are,
Yes,
because this was everything. It was so
honestly.
refreshing, and
Yes, and we didn't do nails. We're just looking at each other and we're just
that part.
talking.
And
And
you are
obviously the
darn
comments.
beautiful to look at, so I had a great time.
Yes, and you see, I just kept looking at the back. I swear I kept thinking I could see Jessie like walking behind you.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't
guess
know.
what? That was Lee. That was
Oh,
my partner. Yeah,
okay.
she was behind me, and then Jessie eventually jumped off the bed because she was over it.
Oh, well, yeah. She's looking after the water, so, she's got an important job, honestly.
That part, she's guarding the water.
Honestly. Yeah,
We
no, this
love
was
you. Oh,
amazing.
before we close out, if you guys could give a like to Mama's video, it
Oh,
really
thank
helps the
you.
channel. And then if you could share this with a friend that you think might be interested in the podcast, it would mean a lot. We are both on the road to 1K. So every
Yes,
subscriber, it really
please.
helps. And it's for free. So we will be back with more nail content and podcasts.
Yes, and also, it's still really new, but if you do have any suggestions or you have something you want to rant about, talk about, message Raven, message me, DM us,
Yep.
we'll do it. We'll
We'll
talk about
absolutely
it.
love that. And we will
Even if
still
it's
do a poll as
controversial.
well. But
Yeah.
it's always open. And also in the Nail Squad notification, if you guys have an idea, or maybe you see an article, or there's a thing I want us to do. It's called Love Don't Judge. As soon as I can get the little screen in, I want us to react to some of those episodes, because that's the one where I said the one woman had 4 boyfriends and then they don't know who the father of the baby is. And they were like, at first they were okay. And then all of a sudden they're like, can we do a paternity though? Because we want to know who the father is. Yeah. It
Definitely.
gets super juicy, especially the Love Don't Judge. So I'd love, there's so many
Oh my
things I
gosh.
want
Yes,
to,
I'm so down.
it will
I'm so
definitely
down.
expand.
Yes, definitely. But this was amazing, Raven, as always. Oh,
it's a raisin. A raisin. It's
perfect.
amazing, Mama. I love you. I love
Love
you,
you.
Charm Squad. And we will
Love you,
definitely
Charm
see you on
Squad.
Saturday. Not on YouTube, on Instagrams. But we can't wait to see you.
Oh, yes. So this Saturday is the special live, right?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. So stay tuned, guys.
That part.
Stay tuned. Yes.
We love you. We don't have to worry about no filters. So
I
there's
know
nothing to be
there's no
moving around when we
filters,
give kisses.
but it's okay. Oh, look at your nails. I can't show my. Oh
I know,
gosh.
right? Are yours
Galaxy.
secret, like in a video?
No, I still haven't done it because I've got to do Kim's hair. You know what I mean? So I just thought, you know what? If I'd done it, I would have only got a week out of it because I need to do his hair this weekend. So, and I'm just going to wait.
Oh, honey, that's blank canvas, baby.
That's right. Definitely. Yes. But anyway,
We
I give
love
my
you.
love to your beautiful wife. And all of you, thank you so much for coming through. Black and Blue, freaking, where's the list?
Let's do a little roll call. We got Black
Can
and
you
Blue.
see?
We got Priya.
Oh, there we are.
Alicia, Nail
Yeah.
Genie, Mama D.
Yeah.
And I think there were some beautiful people who joined that weren't able to message, but that's okay.
No,
We were
that's
happy
okay.
to be a part of your day. Maybe you were cooking
Definitely.
or having a bath, or we
That
hope
part.
that we gave you some tea, hunty.
Definitely. But yes, love you, honey. Love you too. Honestly.
We love you.
All right. We will definitely be back, God willing, next week.
So I'm going to say it. Charm Sisters, we out this time.
We out.
Love you.
Bye.